Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm a little late at getting this video made. It is actually, today is Saturday, July 4th, but I'm going to come in here quick and lay out my January budget. So not only am I going to work on my budget, I am also going to figure out what my sinking funds are, the beginning balance going into January, and then also what my debt is going into January. So I'm going to sit down with you guys and do that all here in my Erin Condren binder, and then I also have my recollections binder here, which holds all my sinking funds. So if you guys are interested in watching me set up my January 2020 budget, then stay tuned. Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Okay, so I have everything opened up here. So this page here is my January budget. I will lay down my income and then all of my expenses. Here is where I will show you guys where I stand with debt. And then this section here is obviously for sinking funds. And then if I flip a page, which I'm not going to do anything with these two right now, but this is where I will lay out my transactions for the month, and then my weekly check-ins will be here, and then I go on to my paycheck to paycheck budgets after that. So the lovely part about the binder opposed to the coiled Erin Condren planners is you can remove the pages so that you are not writing on the coils. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to remove these two pages here, as these are the ones that I'm going to be working with for this video. And I'm going to set this planner aside. So this is what I have. So I'm obviously going to start with my budget and zoom you guys in. So the stickers, all the stickers that I'm using come from my Etsy shop, MoreyJuneDesigns, which I have the shop link listed in the description below. But we're just going to go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to start with my income, and for January I actually have, well, I have multiple different income sources, but the main ones are I have my full-time job, I have my part-time job, and then I have my online income, and it is my online income that has multiple different sources. I'm up to 5. Those 5 include YouTube, which actually comes from Google AdSense, and then Etsy, Amazon affiliates, Carousel, and Erin Condren affiliates. So those 5 sources are all lumped into one online income when I lay it out in my January budget. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the income. So for me, and actually before I start this, I'm going to zoom back out here, wrong way, and I'm going to show you guys the January calendar. Here we go. So as you can see, grab the last page here. I get paid on Fridays for my full-time job, and there are 5 Fridays in January, which means that I'm going to have 5 paychecks. So I'm also going to be taking out 5 weeks worth of sinking funds and cash envelopes, but my normal bills, expenses, and whatnot will stay the same. So I kind of like to call these months magic months, because you're basically getting an entire extra paycheck when all of your, debts and normal bills stay the same. So you get a little bit of extra money in those months, which is always exciting. So for my full-time job, I have taken that into calculation for the numbers that I'm going to write down here. So this includes will include 5 weeks worth of paychecks. So for my full-time job, I am budgeting that I am going to bring in $2,785 total for the month of January. And then I'll come in at the end of the month and figure out what the actual was, and then if we were over or under budget with that. The next one is my part-time job, and I am budgeting $829 for this one. And then last is going to be online. And so here I lump everything together, but when I get, after the month is over and I do my January online income report, then I will separate it out and show you guys exactly what I made from each category. So I am budgeting $4,400 total for online income for the month of January. So I am going to go ahead and total these three items up. So we have $2,785 plus $829 plus $4,400. So we're looking at $8,014 for our budgeted income for the month of January, which is a pretty good number to work with. Okay, so now we are going to start with expenses. So I'm going to start with the debts here. Okay, so the first one is going to be OneMain. And OneMain is a personal loan that I have. And that minimum monthly payment is $305. So we're going to get that written down here. And this is actually the one that I am working on paying off this month. So hopefully we can get that one paid off quickly. The next one is Apple. And Apple's minimum payment is $27. And then next is my car. And the car loan is $612. And then my kids' school account is $70. And then I have my daughter's tumbling, which is $65 a month. And we have rent for $200. Hulu. And Hulu is at $59 right now. And then Verizon is $128. And then we have my cash envelopes. So I have gas, and so this is going to be for the entire month, not just 1 week's worth. So for the entire month, so 5 Fridays worth of cash envelope stuffing, I'm going to be doing $200 total for gas, but I do it on a weekly basis. Same with groceries. I'm going to write down here 1 month's worth, but I take that out on a weekly basis as well. Oops. And then same with spending. And that one is also $200. And then last is sinking funds. And so this is the highest expense that I have for the new year. And sinking funds for the month of January, I am budgeting at $1,180. And now with sinking funds as well, I take that money out on a weekly basis. So I think it averages like $240 some odd dollars. So those are my expenses. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go ahead and add these up to see where we stand at for the month. And then just like the income, at the end of the month, I'll come back in here and figure out what my actuals were for each category, and then see if we were under budget or over budget or where we kind of landed for the month. So $3,446 is what I am budgeting for my expenses for the month of January. So I'll just zoom out. So this is a look at my January budget, and then we'll come in with actuals and figure out where we ended the month at when we get to the end of the month. So we're going to set that one aside, and we are now going to come into the debt tracker here. And I have already done my January updated debt totals. So for those of you that have watched that, you already know that I did end up paying off one of my debt accounts in December, which was my Capital One credit card, and the balance was like $3,662 is what I ended up paying off. So I'm only left with two debts, which is one main, my personal loan, and then my car. So this is just kind of going to be a recap of that video if you watched that one, but I like to get it written down here so that I have it in my monthly budget spread. So one main, we are beginning the month with a grand total of $7,815.54. And then at the end of the month, after I make my minimum payment and throw any extra debt snowball payments to this one, I'll come back in here and figure out how much money I paid toward this account and what our ending balance is going to be. And then my second and last debt is my car. And going into January, the car has a total of $28,828.81. And I will do the same with this one. I obviously will not put any more towards this one this month than the minimum payment because I am doing the snowball method, which means that I am working on the smaller of the two loans, the smaller balance of the two loans, which is one main. So all of my debt snowball from January will go towards one main, and then the car loan will only get the minimum payment, as that is how the debt snowball works. So we're going to add up these two debts. So $36,644.35 is what I currently have in debt. And that's really pretty great because I started at over $50,000 when I started back in November of 2018. So pretty big step. I'm under the 40s, and hopefully within a few months I should be under the 30s and out of the 30,000. So that'll be a big milestone. So that is my debt, and then I'm going to move down here to my sinking funds. And if you have watched my sinking funds video, which was setting up my sinking funds for 2020, you will have seen that I added 8 additional sinking funds to my already 7 sinking funds. So that was really exciting. I started that for the new year just because I had paid off so much debt. I wanted to be putting some of that debt, those debt minimum payments that I was no longer paying, I wanted to put some of those towards something useful, and to me sinking funds made sense. So some of these are starting the year with $0 balance because I have not stuffed them yet. So we're going to go ahead and get them all written down. So the first one is my first child's savings sinking fund. And this one is going to start the month at 0. This is a new one that I am just going to start funding. And then I have back to school. And it is the same situation with this one. I have not stuffed that one yet. This is one that I'm just starting. And same with car insurance. So car insurance is for my 6-month premium, which will be for July 2020 to December 2020, as I did already pay my 6-month premium from January 2020 to July 2020 with some extra money that I had from December's income. So that's already taken care of, but I am now going to be funding that premium in my sinking funds every week. So then we get to car maintenance, and car maintenance is one that I have had since the beginning, and we are Actually, I will get these out and kind of count them as I'm going with you guys. That would probably be better. So this is my sinking funds binder here. So as you can see, this is my first child savings, and since today's Saturday and I did just do my paycheck to paycheck budget yesterday and fill them, this one now does have $10, but prior to yesterday it did not. So I'm not counting that, as it's not something that I started January with. Same with back to school, it now has some money, and same with car insurance. So car maintenance, as you can see, $12.27 was the last time in 2019 that I stuffed it, and we were at $170. So I'm just going to take this out and count it for you guys so you can see what I'm starting the new year with. So we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, and then this is what I just put in there yesterday. So we will get 170 written down for what I am beginning the month with in car maintenance, which is a really big amount. I only put $10 in there every week, so as you can see, even when you are adding a small amount of money to sinking funds, even if it's just $5, it really does add up pretty quickly. You don't realize it until you get to a big number than that, and it's like, wow, it's just amazing what $10 a week can do. So next is Christmas, and as you can see, $12.27, we were at $150. So let me write the category down and then I will count that one. So we have 1, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. But as you can see, that's because I just added $25 in from yesterday's cash stuffing. So we're good there. This is my second child's savings. And I did stuff that one for the first time yesterday. Oh, let me get Christmas written down here. But we started the month with nothing. So we'll put 0 for that one. Gifts is one that I have had for a while. And as of last Friday, we should have been at $120. And this is all in tens. So we do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 120, 130, 10, 120, 130, and then again that last 10 is from yesterday's budgeting. So we have 120 for gifts. Household is next. And household last week was at $90. This envelope gets $15 a week. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, and that last 15 was from yesterday. Next, so we have 90 for starting for household. Next is my kids envelope. And last week it had 150. I did take the kids to see a movie on, oh wait, I'm going to back up. On the 27th it had 210. However, I took the kids to a movie on January 1st, so I am going to mark 210 as my beginning balance because I did go into January with $210, although you are only going to see 170. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 120, 140, 160, 170. So like I said, I took $60 out on January 1st to, I took the kids to see Frozen 2, and it was awesome. And then the extra $20 there that I added in was from yesterday. So like I said, I am going to mark this down as 210, as that is what I had as of the 1st of January, and then I just took some out that day. The next one is my third and final child's savings sinking fund, and that one started the month with nothing. Medical, this is another one that we started the month with 60, but then on the 2nd I took out 25 and then I added 5 yesterday. So because we started the month with 60, that is what I'm going to write. Makes it a little difficult when I don't do this on time, but we just have to deal with it. So this should have 40 now, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So next we have personal care. And personal care I use for haircuts, and speaking of, I need to get my eyebrows waxed very badly. So personal care last week had 110, and then we added 15 in yesterday. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120, 125. And that additional 15 was from yesterday's budget. So we started the month with 110, and I am going to have to change in some of these smaller bills for bigger bills so that my envelopes don't get so full. So personal care started the month with 110. This is not a sinking fund, I just have it in here because I pay my rent in cash. So next is my personal savings. This one started the month with 0 as I just started funding this one. Same with school tuition. That one started the month at 0, and same with vacation. That one is starting the month at 0. And then the last one here is my debt snowball, which I just put all my extra expense cash envelopes money left over every week. I put that in here for an extra debt snowball payment. So I'm going to set my sinking funds binder aside, and we're going to go ahead and add up all of these sinking funds to see what we are starting the month with. So we have 170 for car maintenance, 150 for Christmas, 120 for gifts, 90 for household, 210 for kids, 60 for medical, 110 for personal care. So $910 is what I am going into January with for my sinking funds in total. So then at the end of the month, I will come in here and I will write down how much I added for every single envelope. I will add in any amounts that I took out for my sinking funds, and then I will go ahead and mark my ending balance for every sinking fund category that I have. And that is it. So I am going to get these 2 pages placed back into my binder here. So we'll go ahead and lay down that one right there, and we will get this one laid down. It is so much easier to be able to take the pages out, write what I need to write without having to write on the coils or the binder rings here, and then also be able to customize this. I added extra pages to the back of every month, so I have like 3 extra pages here. That way I can do my updated debt totals. Right here I will do my January online income report, and then these pages here are for my paycheck to paycheck budget. So it's so nice to be able to add more notes pages in without having to uncoil the whole planner and be able to customize it how I need it. So that is all I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!